Hi everybody, it's Ginger from In Sheep's Clothing Yarn Shop, located here in the Northwest Hills of Connecticut. And I am so happy to be here with you today. We have a beautiful, beautiful day outside. It's a Sunday, Sunday afternoon, Sunday the 7th. And glad to be here with you. So I have a bag full of chickens to show you today. One of my customers, Martha, has been busy knitting chickens, and she brought the bag in, and she knew that I wanted to share them, so I am delighted to share her chickens with you. So I don't know what their names are, but we have this chicken here, and I think you've seen this one before. This one she has some weight in it. And then these are actually knitted with Noro Ito yarn. So you just use one ball of yarn and it does all the changing of colors for you. And then this is actually another Noro yarn. I can't remember what the name of this one is. Geshi. This is Geshi. What great colors these are. And then, oh my God, wait a minute. I thought I had 4 chickens. I have more than that. And then we have this one here. This was done with, let's see, Barocco's Ultra Alpaca, both with the solid and in the multi. But look at that, isn't that adorable? And then, oh my goodness, and then she did, oh that's right, she did this one too. I love it with the green, isn't that terrific? No idea the names of these chickens. And then, oh, that's right, she did this one. I encourage this one. I love this colorway. Look, is that not like the best color for chicken? I love it. I just love it. And so anyway, yes, Martha has gone chicken crazy. Absolutely. I guess at some point we're probably going to get like just over the chickens, but I think right now we're still neck high in chicken fever. And then, of course, there's my little chicken. She looks so little. This is Penny. And also, I should mention, so I had done some shawls. I have a pattern, and I'll put it back up on this podcast as well. But I have a little pattern for the shawl if you want to make a shawl for your chicken. And so I haven't knitted one, but I haven't gotten around to, I love the red one on her, or the rust color one. But I haven't gotten around to writing up the crocheted one. So I will do that. I will do that as soon as I can. But if you're interested in the shawl, in the crocheted shawl, put it in the comments that you're interested. That will make me do it that much quicker. So, but anyway, they're so cute. And I got this idea last night. Or Thursday night when we were looking at Martha's chickens, I started thinking about it. Like, maybe somebody made a comment about making like a little chicken coop with the chickens, and I'm thinking, oh my God, my sister, she likes to work with wood, and I'm just thinking that would make the best display in my window. Wouldn't that be great to have a little chicken coop or some little chicken hutches there in my window with a bunch of knitted chickens, which means that gives me total permission to make more chickens. I am dying. Although as soon as somebody makes a chicken in a colorway that I like, it's kind of like, okay, I see what it looks like, and it's like, okay, done. I'm on to another color. Although I do love this color so much. I really do. And this is the Ito right there. I already have it pulled out. I didn't even realize that Martha had made this one, but I'm still dying to use this color, Ito. I think that would make a great chicken. So yes, so I will be making some more chickens. So I'm very, very excited about that. So thank you, Martha, for letting me borrow these chickens. That's crazy. No wonder she's done. She's definitely over the chickens. I'm not by a long shot. And I know there's still people that are just discovering the whole chicken thing and are jumping on the bandwagon. The other thing that I wanted to talk about today was if you didn't see last week's, or was it the week before, This past week was Easter. Oh yeah, so I guess it's already been a week. I did the live trunk show with Jody Long, and I haven't really looked at it too much. I looked a little bit. Um, you have to watch it, if not for it, just to see the hear and see the zinger that Jody gave me. I was absolutely speechless. So you would have to watch it just for that. But I really kind of wanted to. I was a little disappointed in I was using my camera for, because since it was on Zoom, I feel like the photography on Zoom is just horrible. So I was so happy that my camera was actually working so much better. But then halfway through the show, my camera just decided to not work. So I had to go back to Zoom. So I'm kind of a little disappointed with that. But I did, because I've had the trunk show. I asked if I could have the trunk show for the Jody Long adult garments and the summer, or not the summer, but the children's garments. And I have to send them back tomorrow, and I'm really going to be sorry, because this was such a great trunk show. All the garments were so great, and actually I've been enjoying this shawl very much. This is the beaded shawl that's in Jody's Delish. See, even here you could see it's so much better with the camera than you could when I was showing it the other day. But anyway, this is what it looks like when you're all glamorous and wearing it very shawl-like. But I happen to like wearing it like this, and it's so cozy, it's so soft. It's just such a pleasure to wear it. There's a ton of beads in it, but you could also make this without all the beads. I would encourage some, just because it gives a little bit of weight, but even just if you did it on the edging. But this is so gorgeous, and this is done in the Delish yarn. So if you've already, I don't want to like reiterate everything that I said a week or so ago, but I just feel like, we were talking, back and forth with Jody, and I just really wanted to I just feel like the yarn is so great, and the garments are so beautiful, that I just wanted to mention, while I still have them, to show them again. But this is the Delish, and this is 50% silk, and the other 50% is merino wool, and it's so gorgeous. It is 232 yards on a skein. This is a 50 gram, hold on a second. What's the matter with me that I don't remember how many grams are in here? 50 grams, sorry. Yeah, I'm not sure what I just said. 50 gram skein of yarn. And the colors, I just got in on these really, really soft colors. I don't have the pale pink here. Oh, yes, I do. This really frosty pink. So I have that. But also, I have the really bright colors, the Divine top. Look at this. This is so gorgeous. Now these things are up on the website, and this has been a super popular piece. Let me just, now you see this, but when you see it in the skein, the colors are just so intense. So that's what I wanted to share with you. But look at these colors. These are the colors. Look at that. Almost looks like an Easter basket, but you have this beautiful golden yellow and the turquoise, deep purple. I mean, isn't that gorgeous? And I love, look at that orange, but just beautiful, intense colors. And they work up so pretty in that top. So I just wanted to share that with you before this trunk show goes. And I also wanted to, just wanted to show you a couple of the baby things, because Jody also came out with his new yarn. It's an 100% acrylic, sorry about that. And it's called Bubbikins. And Bubbikins comes as a solid, and it also comes Bubbikins play as a multicolored yarn. And this is 273 yards in a skein, so it goes quite a ways. It's a worsted weight yarn. And Jody said that he himself washed and dried garments with this yarn, and he said they came out great. They didn't pill, so that's always good news. But I just wanted to quick show you these sweaters because they're so stinking cute. And he did each pattern that come as a leaflet, and he made a bunch of variations on the same like this one here, is a little cardigan, cute little stitch on there, and then we have a little pullover, little Henley type sweater. So cute. And then I love this one. This one's called Coco. Grab a couple on here. So, whoops, that's not it. Coco. Love that little sweater. So, so cute. And I think, and then there's this one here. And love this one. This is shown in 2 different styles. It's shown as, oh, what's the name of that little crisscross? I can't think of the name of the top, that style. But we've got, and this pulls up because of the stitch, but if you block that down there. So we have, I almost came up with the name of it. But anyway, we have our little cardigan, and then we have our little pullover like that. It's so cute. And you'd never, it feels wonderful. Whoops, I'm caught here. And I'm still trying to think of the name of this. Shawl collar. That, I knew it would come to me. The little shawl collar on there. So that's adorable. And then another piece that was beautiful was the little dress, the little princess dress with the lace. And there was also some blankets and hats. And there was a pretty, I just grabbed the ones that I just thought were the best, the ones that were my favorites, let's put it that way. And then here was that lace done in a little blanket in the bobbikins. So of course that's going to look the best in a solid color. And then this, Jody also has a DK weight superwash wool. And I swear when I saw this, I thought this was Chow, which is his DK weight. This is done in the acrylic, and I think it's absolutely gorgeous. It's such a nice little blanket. And also it comes in 3 different sizes. And then we also have this blanket, and we're waiting for, I never even got this color in, so because it was sold out before it even came in. But this is such a nice, I love the colors of it. It's such a nice little blanket. It's a nice little size too. So anyway, so I just wanted to share those one last time with you. And yeah, that I'll do it with that. Oh, one last piece, because this is one of my favorites in the Lena Moda, which is a 50 cotton, 50 acrylic, 50 cotton, 50 linen that Jody does. I love this top. Isn't this cute? And what's it called? It's called Mary. M-E-R-R-Y. M-E-R-R-Y. It's such, I love the stitches. It feels wonderful, has beautiful drape. Such a pretty top. Okay, so that's good. So we're done with that. Oh yeah, and then he had the hats too. He had these really cute little hats that went with a lot of the different sweaters that he did. And Jody, his designs, he has lots of little details that he adds to his sweaters, like this one particular one. I just want to share that with you. Look at this, the little colored lining in there. Is that not sweet? So he always thinks of these little things that he can add to the, even though it's a simple design. Okay, now I had also said the last time I spoke with you that I wanted to do something during the podcast, and it was basically going through my bookcases, multiple, and find books that, because I've done a lot of emptying, getting rid of, sharing books that I just will never use or have used, and I'll just never use them again. And just making room, I'm finding right now I'm making room for lots of new books. But there are some books that are on my shelves that will never go. And I thought, wouldn't it be fun for me to share the books that will never leave my shelves? So I wanted to do that. So I had a couple books. I knew the first one I was going to show you because it was actually the first knitting book I ever purchased. And this was back in the 80s. And it is Elizabeth Zimmerman's Knitter's Almanac. first book, and this book literally, when I read it, made me laugh out loud. I would have loved to have met her because she was such a character, and the way that she wrote her books, she's just such a down-to-earth person, and it would have been so great to have met her. But and she always is so practical. Like some of the things, one of the things, and I do this all the time, so when she wrote it in the book, I mean, now reading back, at the time I didn't do this because I wasn't really a knitter back then, but she said not to feel obliged to have matching double point needle sets, because in an emergency sometimes you might have a 5 and 3 6s. I've done it, and I bet a lot of you have done it too. And like she says here that she's made a hat on a 10.5 circular needle, finishing off, oh wow, with number 5s because she couldn't find any. And you know what? I've done that. You know, you get up to the top and you're decreasing and you just cannot find the right size needle. I mean, I'm not sure I've gone quite down that far, but I maybe a 7 if I was using a 10 needle or an 11. I've done it. You know, you only have a few stitches to decrease, and who's going to know? Obviously, the people that I have gifted these hats or have had in the shop as samples have never guessed that little secret. So anyway, this book I highly recommend if you want to have a chuckle. I mean, I literally laughed out loud at some of these things that she wrote in the book, because you feel like you have your grandma or your bestie sitting next to you telling you these things. And it's just really, you need to read this. And then I had 2 other books I was going to also share that were purchased around the same time. And I said, no, I decided that what I would do is, these are definitely newer, these were later acquisitions, but I thought, you know what, Elizabeth Zimmerman, they're on my shelf, they won't go away. I was lucky to be able to go to a day workshop with Elizabeth's daughter. Oh my goodness. I'm doing an absolute blank. Swenson. Oh my God, my memory is getting so bad. It's on the tip of my tongue, but her daughter. It's gonna come to me later. Hopefully it'll come to me sooner than later. Meg Swenson. Oh, thank goodness. Meg Swenson. She came and she had all the garments that you ever saw in any of her books or patterns were all there for you to look at. It was amazing. And the thing is, I have come to appreciate Elizabeth Zimmerman even more so since then. So I got this knitting workshop, the knitting workshop book, which has so many patterns and just so much great information in here. So this is a terrific book that you should have. And then a book that I just sat and read was The Opinionated Knitter, and these are her newsletters. And actually, if you look at it, you could see they were like typewritten newsletters. They were as is. And the thing is, the stories that she recounted in this book were just wonderful. So I highly recommend. You really got to know her as a young girl, as well as it's just such a good book. And then if you ever wanted to make her baby surprise, that is in here. So this is such a great book, and it's definitely such a fun read too. So The Opinionated Knitter. So these are 3 books by Elizabeth Zimmerman that will just always be on my bookshelf. I know there's another one, Knitting Without Tears, and I think that's on my bookshelf. These were actually in my shop, in the store, on the shelf in my shop. and I think the Knitting Without Tears is at home. So, and I just thought about this at the very last minute. So anyway, if you can, definitely check into those books. Definitely worth definitely a chuckle when you read them. Okay, then I finished. I feel like I'm in the middle of so many things right now with spring, and it's just a lot of things are kind of waiting on different things to happen. So it's like I can't go forward with certain things. So I just feel like I'm in this state of flux right now. But I did finish this baby blanket. Now I made, oh, this blanket was like, we were going crazy with this blanket. It's called Sliding is Fun, and it's by Darn Knitter. And it's a free pattern on Ravelry, so you could go on Ravelry and check it out. It takes 2 skeins of Juniper Moon Cumulus, and that's that gorgeously soft cotton. And what you do is you take, I mean, you could do a lot of things, but you take one of their multis, and this happens to be Cumulus Stripes, and then you put it with a solid, and you're really better off, like this color is not an exact purple. You don't really want an exact color because they tend to blend. But you put these 2 colors together and you get a blanket like, now this is one that I did last year. Oh no, actually I take it back. My sister, who is a crocheter, this was her first real knitting project I had her make for me. So this was one of the projects that she made. So that's nice and easy. And then I just finished this one. And this was with white, a ball of white, and then a ball of the Cumulus Stripes. So you get this kind of Crayola effect. But it's super, super easy. All you do is knit. And it's so soft. It's nice and stretchy. I've had lots of people that have made it bigger simply by just, adding more stitches and knitting a little bit longer. And of course, it's going to take more yarn. But it's such a nice, I had customers that they were like, I don't even have babies, but I have to make this, and then I'll have something to give away to any baby that happens to come around. But everybody loved this so much that they all had to make it. So anyway, so this is another hot thing right now. So again, that Sliding is Fun, and you can do that. I've seen this done with yarns like Encore. You do even do solid colors. You don't have to do multis, and change different colors, and it really makes a really pretty blanket. And this is it's a one size pattern, but this is a nice size for just like wrapping up a baby. And then later it can become its whoopee. So that's kind of nice. Okay. And then even doing like white with a multi would be nice too. So your colors are really going to stand out against it. All right, what is next on the list? Okay, so speaking of things that I have in the wings. So we have Local Yarn Shop Day coming up, and that's the last, I always make it Local Yarn Shop Weekend. So it's Saturday and Sunday, the last weekend in April. And last year, I was so excited by this. Last year, I was able to get these great bags from Delaque. I love their snap bags, and I think I've mentioned that in the past. But they came out with this bag that had this outside pocket, and then it said Local Yarn Shop, Local Yarn Store Day, so it was perfect. Oh my God, these went like wildfire. They were so great, and it's such a great size. Everybody that got these just use them all the time. So anyway, there's a new one coming out, and I just got my notification past week. So hopefully by the end of next week I will have my bags in. They're totally different design, different color, so very excited about that. These will be for my shop, my in-store shop people, but I decided that I would go and order some extras because I have, so that my online customers can also take advantage of Local Yarn Shop Day. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have kits, just smaller kits that will be in the bags. So you can purchase your kit and get your bag at a little discounted price. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Very excited about that. And actually, the project that's in this bag is something that I got started and then I had to put it down because I had so many other things that needed to get done. So let me show you what this is going to be. This is a shawl by Louisa Harding, and it uses 3 different yarns. Let me get this pattern out of here so you can see it. So there we go. Isn't that pretty? Oops, is it the same? Okay, and she's wearing it like that. But it's very easy and it's really fun, and I just started working on it. Like I said, I had to set it down. So I got, actually I set it down am I mid-row? Of course I am, mid-row. But look how pretty this is. It had a pretty edging on it, and I love, of course, you know, me and my picots, love that. And then you keep adding, and there's picots all the way around it. But this yarn, so there's 3 different yarns. There's the Brittany, and then there is, I hope the labels are not on her, Giardino and Provence. I actually remember them. So there we go. So I'm really excited to get back to work on this and get that done. So that's in the wings. And then speaking of local yarn shop day, I have a local yarn shop day, another kitted project, and I can't show it to you yet, but I can at least show you the yarn. And this is the color I'm using. I'm using Jody Long's Alba, and this is a sport weight. And that's the color that I'm using, and you will see it shortly. I'm working on that as well. So I just have so many. And then what else do I have? I mean, so I had somebody else the other day ask me, so what are you working on? And I just did an absolute blank because I know I have so many things started that I can't even, I'm like just blanked out. I can't even tell you what I've got going. Oh yeah, I have this little bandana that I need to get finished. I'm about halfway done with, maybe not halfway done with that. Yeah, lots of things to do. But yeah. So anyway, I think I've got everything that I wanted to talk about today. I will put up the links also for the little bandana and some of the projects that I talked about. All these, if you really wanted to see more of the garments that I was alluding to in the trunk show, you can watch the Jody Long, go on under live videos, and you can see the trunk show there. So I think that's it for me today. Next week, another thing too is like working on my taxes. And I'm just so kind of, my brain is like all fogged up about that. So I'm having a hard time thinking right now. But okay, so I will let you go, and then I will be here again next Sunday, maybe Saturday afternoon. We'll see how that goes. And I will have some new things to talk about, more things to show you, and hopefully more progress on some of my projects that I can show you as well. So you all take care, have a great week. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. So you all take care. Bye-bye.